చాలా ఖుషి
Yes, Asen, you get ready. Is Asen present?
Yes, sir, I'm ready, sir. Sir, I'm ready.
Start.
Sir, this is not my presentation. Yes, sir, this is. Yes.
Start, please.
Sir, should I start?
Yes,
sir.
BSMA. Are you the students of BA or BS or MA? Yes, start. Are you the student of BS or MA?
Sir, BS, sir, BS.
Yes,
Sir,
start.
sorry for the interruption.
Yes, start.
Yes, sir. Sir, my topic is intertextuality. Sir, please next. Sir, these are the outlines. I will elaborate them. Sir, next, sir, please. Yes, sir. Sir, so in the beginning, I will elaborate the literal meaning of the intertextuality. And basically, intertextuality divides into two basic words, which means inter and textuality. First, inter means a prefix from the Latin, where it means between or among, as you know, and another is textuality. It means that all of the attributes that distinguish the communicative content under analysis as an object of study. Okay, sir. Next, sir. Sir, next, please. So, this is a definition of intertextuality, that is the shaping of a text meaning by another text. Intertextual figures include allusion, quotation, calque, plagiarism, translation, pastiche, and parody. An example of intertextuality is a writer's borrowing and transformation of a prior text and incorporating an aspect of it in a next text. Next, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, this is how intertextuality differs in another context. When considering intertextuality, it is easy to get confused with the context. When texts are making a social comment or referring to an issue, or they are not making intertextual references. And the main point is they are making references to what or was happening in the world at the time in which it was made. So next, please. Sir, we can give the example of our old cartoon show, which was named as a Simpson. As if we are person from the nostalgia, that we can refer that Simpson cartoons. Some texts refer directly to each other, such as remakes of films. So in this, the interpretation of these references influenced by the audience's prior knowledge of the other text. Sir, as you can know that there are many examples of this intertextuality. You can imagine that something like parody or something remake of any movie or any cartoon show can be referred as an intertextuality. So next, please. Sir, these are the visual examples which are given in The Simpsons. As you can see in the first picture, that the Simpson is basically getting horror by another, and the second scene is given from the scary movie from 1994, I think. Another picture is from Home Alone 1, 1994 movie, a kid movie, a family show, and another movie, and the last example There is a cartoon show which was basically from the 1937. Another movie which is named as Mirror in Mirror 2012 movie, which are particularly same. Means they can be said as an intertextual. Next, sir. Summary. So, sir, this is the conclusion of my presentation, that intertextually is when you are able to make recognize differences between texts, are therefore able to understand a deeper meaning of idea being raised. Intertextually can be found in a number of forms, while an exam question may not specifically intertextually when is say something along the line of how is your reading of a particular text shaped by the textual links. You know it's talking about I word. Next, sir. So next, please. Thank you, sir. So, sir, that's for today. And sir, any questions are welcome.
Give me any example of intertextuality in Pakistani media.
Pakistan. Sir, you can
Newspaper.
imagine that. Yes, sir. The recently movie released by the ISPR, AK Nigar. The movie was named as AK Nigar, was intertextually from the actual Johar Nigar, which is a really third 3-star officer of army.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Kinza Humayun, present. Kinza Humayun. Voice is not coming clearly. और आपने क्या एक ही स्लाइड बनाई है और कुछ नहीं आपके पास? There is only one slide. There is only one slide. Bakhtavar Nisar.
Yes, sir.
Start, please.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. It's me.
Yes, start.
Assalamu alaikum. It's me, Bakhtavar Nisar, from
BS
English, 9th batch, 8th semester. Today, I'm going to discuss narrative. Narrative basically is a storytelling, and it is the series of events which tells a story. Means in sequence events which create a story. Basically, narrative is created for the purpose to entertain people or reader, listener. Narrative basically is a storytelling which consists of events with the series. So next slide. Narrative basically have two, we can say, types: fictional and non-fictional. Fiction means facts which belong to real life or the true stories. Fiction is an imaginary. I have wrote, sir, sorry, I typing mistake. Fiction means imaginary things, like fairy tales. In fairy tales, we have angels, devils, god, goddesses, means the things which are imagined. And fable, in Urdu, we can call it afsana. Thriller novels means the action stories, like one hero fights with his 1,000 enemies. That's thriller novel. Means that unreal. It's fiction. Next slide. Non-fiction. Non-fiction means fact, which belong to real life, practical life things, like memoir, list of anything which is created. Biography means a narrative of someone's life. News report obviously belong to the real life story, means updates. Documentaries and travel vlogs means someone writes about his journey, his narrative about his journey. Mean non-fiction is about fact. Type of narratives, we can say these are the forms of narrative, that how it represented to the audience, reader or listener. It can be in the form of picture. If we see different paintings, it also one kind of picture. what does it narrate to the viewer? What does it narrate? It also gives some message. Short stories, novels, traditional storytelling means verbally the stories are told. That is also one kind of narrative. So next slide. Next slide, sir. Uh, Sir, actually, I edited some other knowledge. I mean, the final PPT file which I sent, I edit some other things, but it's okay. Subgenres means if narrative is told, narrative is about adventure means natural things. The natural means if it's about adventure. If a person is going and enjoying the nature, it's about mountain, river. That's adventure. Fairy tales means imaginary stories. Drama means that about any novel we can see this theme drama. Sir, next slide. Basically, what is the structure of narrative? Narrative start with the beginning, which introduce the narrative of the narrative or perspective of the storyteller. How the middle, it consists of complications, problems, what give rise to the narrative or story. And end, it end when the problems are solved or any resolution is obtained. So next slide. Basically, in the beginning, which things are included? In beginnings, it's told that where the story is taking place, when it was took, when did it take place, and what are the characters, and which is the protagonist character, and who is the uh, protagonist, mean about whom the story is. So next slide. Middle is all about the complications, problems, and the complications are the things which drive the story to its peak, and events which lead the story to its climax. Climax is the peak time of the story where the things take the story to its end. So next slide. End is a part of the narrative where the all questions, queries, any mysteries there are resolved or any resolution is taken, whether it's positive or negative. So end of the narrative is answer of all question and mysteries. Conclusion. Basically, narrative is storytelling. It can be fiction or non-fiction, and it has three parts: beginning, middle, and end. And sir, there is another some other kinds which I added in the news PPT file. That was some other types of narrative like linear and non-linear. Linear narrative means which has sequence with the same story. If it's about someone's biography, all events which took place in the order, we tell them in that same order. So it's linear narrative. And when if we talk about non-linear narrative, that is means if we go in the flashback, the event took place in past. We are in present telling narrator telling the story in present. But in flashback it goes and some other events take place in the middle. That is non-linear narrative. And we also have some other types in narrative like literary narrative and non-literary narrative. Literary narrative is which is belongs to literature. Practical means novel, dramas, storytelling,
Thank
short
you.
stories.
Thank you
These.
very much.
Okay.
Sir,
Thank
Mary,
you, sir.
please.
Saddam Hussein.
Yes, sir.
Just wait, let me play your words. Yeah, Saddam Hussein, you start. After Saddam Hussein, Sana Sarif, is she present?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, after this, you.
Okay, sir.
Those who have given presentation, they can leave the session. They are not bound to attend it. Start, please. Mr. Saddam.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Saddam Hussain. Today I intend to outline the topic the direct mode of address.
BSMA.
Sir, next. Sir,
BS.
BS. Yes, sir.
Okay.
First of all, I would like to discuss the overview. Then I will come on the topic. The interpellation. The term interpellation was the first used by the French philosopher Louis Althusser in his essay Ideology and Ideological State Apparatus. It means this term was first used by this speaker, in which he said that the interpellation is used to refer a procedure in which individual becomes subject. Like we want to know that direct mode of address in which you becomes individual subject. So we have related the interpellation with the direct mode of address. In other words, Althusser's central concept is you and I are always subjects, because you and I are we are taking as the individual subjects, but we are taking as a public, then it becomes the indirect mode of address. According to the media theorist Goulet, who said that the interpellation occurs when persons connect with a media text, when we enjoy a magazine or show. For example, this uncritical assumptions means the text has intercepted us to accept particular approach. According to the ideology of this author, interpretation occurs as a acts or function in such a way that transforms the individual into subject. Sir, next, please. Next, please. Now we come on the point, what is mood of address? Simply, we can say that the mood of address. Mood means affection or emotion. Mood of address simply means how we text, how we text the speaks to the audience, and involve them. It also refers to how text influence the audience. It means that subject of text communicates directly with the audience. This is the tone and the written or spoken style of media context, the way in which it communicates with the direct audience. In other words, we can say that every piece of media means every work of media refers to the
hello. You are only
Yes, sir.
reading, my dear. It's not giving. It's not presentation. You're just reading.
सर
जो presentation.
आगे एंड वो सारे डिफाइन करूंगा सर, ये थोड़ी सी
रीडिंग ही कर रहे हैं, प्रेजेंटेशन तो नहीं हुई ना। आगे बताएं फिर
सर। ये टाइप्स फर्स्ट इज द डायरेक्ट मोड ऑफ एड्रेस।
तो आप लोग डायरेक्ट मोड ऑफ बताना था, लेकिन आप लोग रीड कर रहे होते वहां से। अभी आपके पेज पलटने की आवाज तक आ रही है।
Direct mode of address in which we speak straight to the audience, in which we are speaking like as a individual subject, like we are referring speaking to a you. Indirect mode of address, like indirect mode of address, we are referring to the public as they, such as in just a magazine advertise. In just a magazine advertise, direct straight to the audience, in just a magazine style in which they what could you want? It means it is a direct mode of address. In a magazine, it what they could they want. It means it is a indirect mode of address. Formal mode of address, in which formal mode of address we use the vocabulary and complexity of ideas. And informal mode of address, means we use the challenges, and it is an insulting mood. It means the reader insults the ideas. And now is the friendly mood of address. Friendly mood of address in which we use text as a friendly and for a relationship. Hostile mood of address. Hostile is the aggressive and serious mood of address. Other is the humorous a mood of address in which we are meant taking mood as a like fun technique. Fun is the literary device which is used for humorous, like a joke. Serious mode of address. Serious mode of address means in which we are acting like a serious, in which we are sincere to the work. Sir, next. Now we come on the point, the main topic. Direct mode of address is used where subject of text communicate directly with the audience. Now we consider that the direct mode of address is directly to the audience, maybe as a appeal or maybe as a command. And it is a common approach, means procedure in advertising the strong preferred readings to the anchors, like anchors in the newspapers, and it connotes the personal touch and a real relationship between the text and the audience. In this mood of address, they look directly at the audience or writing speech to you. It means we are looking directly at the audience, means our gestures, our intentions, our body language means fit to the audience. In this mood of address, we give preference to you instead of they. It means you are individual subjects. In the direct mood of address, we are giving means preference to you instead of they. They is used for a public, which is also referred for an indirect mood of address. The influence of direct mood of address to my audience feel with the program is the AR way we talking, means in the direct mood of address, we are involving the audience in the program. Sir, next. Now we come on the point to how direct mode of address is used in the media, like television, print, means such ads used as programs. Now you example, if you watch a sports channel, then you do, and then you saw that after 1 hour in cricket in 20 or 1 day, then what ad is coming? This is also a direct mode of address. And now news anchors stop the pen and eat what? This is a direct mode of address. It means Sensodyne is a toothpaste for killing the germs. Now it means if you were forget to brush and the germs create in your mouth, then you use the Sensodyne toothpaste to kill the germs and rapidly, and it has effect on your tooth. Means 100 out of 100% scientists, 90% scientists has researched that it is the beneficial for you. Sensodyne toothpaste means it stops the pain of your teeth. Second ad is United Bank. It means you are belonging to this country and you are the patriotic person of country. It is this ad is used applicable for the Yom Pakistan 23rd March 1940. Those UPL is inviting you come first in the ceremony, means Pakistan resolution. The third is smoking. So it means smoking gives you pleasure for your family. It is horrible, dangerous for your means family, friends, peers. Now you consider that smoking have a strong effect on us, like lungs cancer, heart attack, cholesterol, diabetes. Others have an effect on us. So smoking is horrible. other is a wholesome policy for your whole life. Wholesome policy is the insurance policy. Insurance, if you in the today post-industry area, every have a insurance. You become retired from your job, so you have insurance. If you have insurance, so other is about TCS. If you have a bike and license, and if you have a smartphone, then you become the part of the TCS and earn almost 45,000 per month. This is an ad of TCS. Other ad is also you use for marriage bureau, like different type of marriage bureau used for Pakistan, like Aftab Marriage Bureau Hyderabad, in which they are giving that you, if you are educated, they are telling particular age and education like metric, intermediate. Other is a coronavirus. If you are sick, as tested, means if you have found any symptoms in your, then you get vaccination test, and you wash hands, use sanitizers, and keep distance if you are sick, and talk with the healthcare provider, doctor. Other is fulfill your dream of performing Hajj tour. It means MCB bank is used. It creates a Hajj policy for the who on the less profit. Less profit means other ad is about the gym. If you want to build your body muscles, other ad is about the life boy soap. Life boy soap is the first soap 100% for the protection of coronavirus, and for the protection of the germs if you use the Lifebuoy soap.
Thank you very much. Okay. Sana Sarish, present?
Yes, sir.
So opening your file. Start.
Okay. Hello. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is me, Sana Khalid, and today my topic of presentation is interpolation.
MABS.
Today, BS English 9th batch 8th semester.
Right.
Okay. Today I'm going to discuss about the concept of the next slide, please. Today I am going to discuss about the concept of interpolation, which was given by the famous French philosopher Louis Althusser, or the famous Marxist critic. As we know that Marxism is all about the studying how ruling class dominates the society. In order to dominate, ruling class is going to impose certain ideas on the people in such a manner that it appears to be true or it appears to be natural. So next slide. Introduction. The term interpolation was an idea which was introduced by Louis Althusser in 1918 to 1990. It is basically associated in particular with the work of French philosopher Louis Althusser. Basically, he explained the term in the way in which ideas get into our heads and have a significant effect on our lives. So much so that cultural ideas have such a hold on us that we believe that they are our own, or that it appears to be true, or it appears to be natural. So next, please. Okay, now interpolation. What is interpolation? Basically, interpolation is a process in which we encounter our cultural values and gradually we internalize them. It is the constitutive process where individuals acknowledge and respond to the ideologies, thereby recognizing themselves as a subject. Interpolation to describe a process in which individuals becomes itself as a subject. So next, please. Okay, for better understanding the term, sir, hold on this slide, please. For better understanding the term interpolation, I am giving you an example. Suppose that I have 4 siblings and I am the eldest among the 4 siblings. Now, if I would like to dominate my siblings, what I am going to tell them? Surely, I am going to say them that if you listen to me, you are always going to win in your life. Now, this is an idea which I am trying to impose on my siblings, and this idea is for my benefit. Because I want to dominate them, dominate them. That is why I am imposing this idea, or I am to impose certain ideas in such a way that gradually all my siblings are going to internalize it. They are going to feel as if the idea that I am saying, it's the absolutely truth of the world, and this process is known as interpolation. This is called interpolation. Another example of interpolation is, another good example of understanding what interpolation is, gender interpolation. Interpolation can be found in many situations, but the most prominent example of interpolation that I always think of is the typical male and female role that we are assigned from a very early age. A perfect example of interpolation is the gender interpolation. As we see from an early age, the discrimination between the male and female, and the discrimination between girls and boys, because we know that we live in a society where males are the dominant character in our country. Everywhere we'll find that males are dominant as compared to the females. Now what happened, what has the patriarchal or the masculine society has done? Simply it has interpolated a certain ideas, and we are started believing it to be true, because these ideas that are interpolated in our society or in our culture. Okay, next example. What happened in American society? Interpolation is the idea that we are bred to think, act, and react in the certain ways. What happened in the American society after the World War II? During the World War II, females had to come out of the home and they had to become the bread earners of the family, because all male characters, they were either involved in the war or they were involved in some other activity. But after the passage of time, when World War II ended and all the males come back to their home, they feel that it becomes a dangerous situation for the society, because now these females are going to dominate us, because they started earning. So the mechanism of interpolation started here, and then TV, magazines, book, okay, media, and interpolation. The so example of media and interpolation: when we enjoy a magazines or TV shows, for example, this uncritical consumption means that the text has interpolated us, or in other words, we can say that we are interpolated into a certain ideas and views from media we consume, or this will ultimately makes our assumption about it, and gradually we will develop our belief regarding it. So next. Here the quotation I would like to mention: the power of social media is it forces necessary changes, because the power of mass media resides in their ability to place a subject in a way that their representations are taken to be reality, because there or here the text has been interpolated. So next. Okay, in conclusion, I would like to conclude my presentation. The theory of interpolation is from Marxism, and it is very, very easy and simple, and most similar to the post-colonial critic Edward W. Said. Edward Said in his work Orientalism, he said that Western people have always projected Eastern people in negative light. And today, because of interpolation, we are trying to copy the same Western peoples and their culture. And this ideology that Western people are superior to Eastern people is so much ingrained in our psychology that even today we feel that if only by copying the Western culture and we will become civilized. So the interpolation is such a great concept when it comes to the understanding of Marxism. This is
Thank
all
you.
about
Thank you
from
very
my
much.
side.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
सर मी फैसल मुमताज
Faisal Mumtaz. After Faisal Mumtaz, Kinza, you will be there. I will open your file.
Okay, sir.
Who is this Faisal Mumtaz? Okay, Mr. Faisal Mumtaz, I am starting yours.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I am Faisal Mumtaz. Today my sir, next slide.
BSMA.
Sir, MA English, fourth semester.
Right.
So today my topic is what is media. Today I will discuss types of media and things used in media. Sir, next slide. So the question arises that what is media? Media is the way of getting knowledge. We can say that every word our eye find, it's called media. We can say we can see that on everywhere. Here I can give an example that on the screen we can see there is REC. It is also communicating something to us. So it's also called media. And the other examples are magazines, newspapers, books, mobiles, etc. Okay, sir, next slide. Okay, there are two big types of media. First one is print media and the second one is electronic media. Here are some points. There are many sources of print media, just like books, newspapers, wall chalking, and we can see a lot of material in books and other sources in print form. We can find there are a lot of sources. And the second one, we can say each and everything which is printed anywhere and communicating something to us is related to print media. As I have already told you that each and every word our eye find, it's also communicating something to us. And the other one, electronic media. Generally, we use electrical things to get knowledge. We use electrical things to get knowledge is called electronic media. And the social media is a most important way of getting knowledge. In electronic media, we can see there are some examples that Facebook, Google, Gmail, Instagram. These are the ways of getting knowledge by electronic.
I will continue from here after 5 minutes, right?
Okay, sir.